LTD 27, giving you exactly what you need. Welcome to the show where the truths never lie. Turn the volume up while we watch the sparks fly. Monday morning coming at you with the heavy hitting vibe. We breaking down the headlines, keeping policy alive. The filters on the lands, no scripts inside their hand. Just a broadcast for the people across the digital land. From the hill to the street, yeah, we digging in the dirt. Searching for the facts, even when the answer's heard. It's a weekday ritual, a digital town square. If you're looking for the comfort, you won't find it here. We that set the agenda, we challenge every view. Bringing more politics straight from us to you. Subs climbing up, yeah, the chat is going wild. Information flowing in a truly gritty style. Run your mouth, let the people hear the sound of Teddy 27, we're the loudest in the town. Run your mouth, break a silence, take a stand. Politics and power in the palm of your hand. Run your mouth, yeah, we're live on the screen. The greatest commentary that you've ever seen. Yeah, the debate is getting deep while the mainstream media is falling fast asleep. We're tracking every bill and we're walking every vote, taking every crooked quote and cutting at the throat. It's a YouTube revolution, decentralized and free, finding what the future of the news is gonna be. From the left to the right to the middle of the room, we're carrying the weight, yeah, we're carrying the load. Don't just sit and listen, get your fingers on the keys. We're bringing down the giants, bringing them to the knees. Weekday warriors assemble for the fight, shining out a signal in the middle of the night. Run your mouth, let the people hear the sound of Teddy 27, we're the loudest in the town. Run your mouth, break the silence, take a stand. Politics and power in the palm of your hand. Run your mouth, yeah, we're live on the screen. The realest commentary that you've ever seen. Hit the like, hit the sub, keep the fire burning bright. Run your mouth every weekday, doing it right. Yeah, Teddy 27. Woo! Woo! Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Run Your Mouth, people. It is I is he, it is I is it, I is he. We are here. It is Monday, the day of the week that gets way too much flack, and Mondays don't even. I keep telling y'all Monday ain't did nothing to y'all, and y'all always giving Monday the blues. Monday ain't did nothing to y'all. But welcome to Run Your Mouth. I am L Teddy 27. I am your host for today, and we are live today, simulcasting on here on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Kick. And we just got through with our U.S.-Iran war coverage over on Substack. Listen, y'all, if you're not subscribed to the Substack, you are missing out. You are missing out. I'm telling you, you are missing out. We are on Substack at 4 p.m. now on weekdays to bring you all your U.S.-Iran coverage. It does get uploaded and not simulcast, but uploaded as a pre-recorded video on YouTube, but we are nevertheless here on Substack. So come watch us. The beautiful part about it is Substack does a great job of not only uploading the video for me, but also cutting up clips and stuff and doing all of that stuff. And yeah. So hopefully you were there to watch it. I hope everything gets uploaded today. Well, I'll let you know. Substack sometimes is kind of wonky, in terms of uploading and all of the things, but we'll work with it for now. You get a chance to see Terrence and stuff, and get his commentary, and go subscribe to the Substack. It's a lot of fun. As you saw, we did a test yesterday that got uploaded this morning, but the hope is that you'll get those on a daily basis. So um come watch us, and then that way, for those people who want to see and hear our commentary, our extended commentary on the war, you can go over there, um and watch us on Substack. And yeah, that'll be our mechanism for keeping you abreast of all of the things going on in the Middle East. All right. So yeah. Let me say hey to y'all and get this party started. Hey, Universal Goddess. Hey, Crazy Homebody Girl. Tracy W. Yolanda Morgan. Tamra. Miss Shorty B. Ravine. DPG. Butterfly. Montrez, what's good, bruh? Cymera. Look at this one. I made you join 2 new platforms in a matter of days. Listen, we are trying to, diversify our reach, because I told y'all I'm preparing for YouTube and its fuckery, okay? I am preparing for the fuckery and fuck shit that is YouTube. So if and when YouTube is no more, or they tell me I'm no more on YouTube, y'all know where I'll be. Y'all will know where to find me. Y'all will know how to interact with me, and we can go from there. Hey, Terrence, I feel like I just saw you. Um, yeah, we filmed it yesterday, but I forgot it didn't upload till this morning. So, yeah. Hey, Janae. So, let's see. Yeah, you got to be prepared. You got to prepare, because these people ain't shit. Anyway, me being on more platforms and having more shows means less time for myself. God be with us. Mm, mm, mm. We're just going to do the best we can. God be with us. Anyway, it's time to run our mouths. It's time for Run Your Mouth, y'all. The dossier is packed today. I got a lot to discuss in today's dossier. Listen, we have to talk about slavery that's happening today at the hands of these yet to be United States of America. When I get to this story about the slavery that's happening right now, that I'm not getting enough news stations talking about, I don't hear enough mainstream media talking about. We have modern day slavery happening in the year of our Lord 2026 in these yet to be United States of America. We got listen, the cyclospora situation, people have now died. Let the record reflect. We have been on this story with the violent projectile style diarrhea infection and virus way back when, before anybody was covering it. Let the record reflect that we over here were doing the work, the Lord's work. We got y'all, we got a couple stories involving the trans community that are horrific, that I need to report on. I have an update on I have an update from a story that we did this past weekend on Silly Saturday about the researcher from Johns Hopkins. I have an update on that. Yes, we will be talking about Sidney Starr, PDF files, and all of that stuff. And we'll also update you on Nene Leaks and Bravo. So we have a packed, and of course, the video breakdowns are video breakdowning. That's what they do. So we got a jam-packed dossier today. Lots to do, lots to discuss, and we're gonna have a great time doing it. If you haven't done so already, hit the goddamn like button. Hit the like button. Hype the video up if you're watching the replay. Make sure you're subscribed and all of that stuff and your notifications are on. I guess I'm supposed to say all of that stuff. Like button, like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff. You know the regular. Y'all know what to do. I don't know why we have to say this stuff all of the time. Y'all know what to do. Just say it. Lord. Anyway, let's get this party started. Put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know you're ready. And then we'll go ahead and start this party. Okay? Hey, Tiffany. Go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know you're ready. You survived your first day of school. Wait, the first day of school? Oh, dear God. Oh, that's real early, Tiffany. Girl, that is early. Y'all first day was today? Oh, dear God. Oh, I would just die if I had to start on August 3rd. Oh, no. Cha. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this party started. Now we're gonna start off, as we have done, on almost on a daily basis here on this channel. Again, all of these political cicadas that come out of hiding every 4 years, that ain't us. We be on top of shit. We do the Lord's work every day. Also, let me remind you. Oh, let me go back and remind you. One more announcement, okay? One more announcement. Everybody who is going on the field trip, we will have a live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you are going on the field trip, we are going to go. I'm going to have a live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will let you know everything that you need to know for the field trip tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay? So look for that live tomorrow here on this channel at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay? So we'll do that. All right. So let's start for real. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is a very busy day in terms of tomorrow is a very busy day in terms of primaries. We have 5 primaries tomorrow. You know, tomorrow I am going to give you your exhaustive list of all of the elections happening tomorrow. But just to preliminarily, we know we have Kansas, Michigan, Missouri, Virginia, and Washington. All of those states have primaries tomorrow. Now, there is going to be a lot of closely watched elections. Definitely in Missouri's 1st Congressional District, that race with Cori Bush and Wesley Bell will be watching. The Senate race In Michigan, that race with Abdul El Said and Haley Stevens. We'll be watching that. There are some close primaries over in Virginia that we will also be watching tomorrow. Now, the reason that we're going to be watching these races so closely because these are races that pit the Democratic establishment versus the progressive wing and Democratic Socialist factions as well. And so there is absolutely, I'm not going to call it a civil war, but there's a battle in the Democratic Party right now between the Democratic establishment and the more progressive left leaning, far left wall of the Democratic establishment. That includes the progressives, the leftists, and the Democratic socialists. And so that El Said race is going to have reverberations in where the Democratic Party goes. The Cory Bush Wesley Bell race will also do that as well. And there are a couple races in Virginia where you have the same thing, where you have Democratic establishment candidates in the Democratic primary versus much more far left, progressive, leftist, Democratic socialist factions of the Democratic Party. Hey, Antonia. And what we have to understand is the Democratic Party is going to have to get on board. If you see that your base, that people who literally come out and vote in the primaries are telling you we don't want the establishment, the Democratic Party better understand what's going on. They better pay attention to these elections where over and over and over, hey, lovely 31 Blueprint, I know that's you. The Democratic Party better pay attention to the fact that over and over and over, the electorate is saying we do not want these go along to get along establishment centrist Dems. We do not want them. We are categorically rejecting them. And if they don't see that and they try to go into November with that ideology, they're going to have a problem. Now, I don't think that that will work in every state. I do think you do need to have a 50-state approach. You have to approach each state differently. And the Democratic Party seems to be lazy. The Democratic Party wants a one-size-fits-all strategy for all states. And that is not how this works. There are some states where the state electorate in the Democratic base are saying, we want progressives, we want more left-leaning, get over it. There are other states where they do need to have more centrist, moderate Democrats. Look at what's happening over in Iowa. That's why Tarek over in Iowa is doing well. Tarek is a much more centrist candidate, and he's a much more centrist Democrat and candidate, and he's doing well in Iowa, which is a red state. He's up in the polls. Also, look at Tallarico. Tallarico is not a progressive. Tallarico is not a far left-leaning. He's not necessarily a centrist, but he's certainly not off on the far left side. He's, I would say, comfortably in between the centrist Dems and the progressives, leftist, socialist factions. Okay, he's in between those two bookends. So but certainly these elections that we're going to see tomorrow is going to give us a lot more understanding of where the Democratic Party is in those respective states, I'll say. Hey, Candace F. So that's what's going on tomorrow. We'll certainly on Wednesday when we have Twitch Wednesday, we'll do all we can to make sure that we um, have all of those results for you on Wednesday, and we'll break those down while we're on Twitch and Kick. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave. His only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. Y'all, this is happening. I don't, there is nothing good about what I'm about to report. I need y'all to have a seat. I need y'all to pay attention. Take out your notebooks, your notepads, write your notes, however you do it. But we got to pay attention because this shit is real. Now, we remember last over a month ago, back in June, late June, when the Supreme Court rulings came out, and one of the Supreme Court rulings was one that ruled that this administration could indeed terminate TPS or temporary protective status for Haitians and Syrian migrants. The Supreme Court said that was fully legal. This administration was fully in their rights to just ceremoniously revoke their TPS status, carte blanche, with race. I shouldn't say no reason, but with racist justifications. Then, just last week, Thursday, the Department of Homeland Security came right out and said that it had, quote, determined that Haiti no longer met the conditions for its designation for temporary protected status, end of quote. So that cemented that on August 1st, they could begin to do what? Deport Haitians and Haitian Americans specifically. Now, this is the part that I want you to pay attention to. This past weekend, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials, began rolling out their first wave of actions in alignment with the Trump administration's mission to end TPS status for the Haitians. According to news outlets in Ohio, several Haitians reported to ICE's Cincinnati field office after receiving letters from the United States Department of Homeland Security summoning them for mandatory, quote, in-person check-ins, end of quote. Pay attention here. Follow. Now, if the recipient was unable to make their check-in appointment, they were instructed to submit a reason for their absence within 24 hours of receiving the letter. They were told to bring any and all immigration documents to the appointment. Now, many of the Haitians were seen leaving the ICE office with ankle monitors. Let me say this again. They were told to bring any and all immigration documents to the appointment. They went into the ICE office over in the Cincinnati field office. And the Haitian immigrants were seen leaving the ICE office with ankle monitors. not because they were adjudicated in a court and placed on house arrest, but because the Department of Homeland Security is now putting modern day shackles on Haitian immigrants. Let me say that again. They have now placed ankle monitors on the Haitian immigrants. I want you to explain to me how this is not them putting shackles on slaves in the year of our Lord 2026. I want to know how this is not that. I want to know what a fucking outrage is. Hey, Twin Flames. Where is the fucking outrage? When are we going to get mad? When is it going to be too far? When will it be time for us to get off the couch and no longer be vested in, any of the process of combating this government? Because remember, you people told us as black people, don't worry about it. This ain't our fight. Let the Latinx and Hispanic people go out there. Let the white people go out there. It's their turn. Where's the outrage? Where the fuck are the TikTok and fucking Instagram videos all up and down my fucking timeline? Where the fuck is that shit? Where? Please help me. Help me understand, where is the outrage? Where's the outrage? Where's the righteous indignation? Where's the pulling out of hairs and gnashing of teeth over the injustice that's going on? Because if you all do not fucking recognize that this is slavery in 2026, because guess what they're going to do? I'm going to tell you how this is going to work. The people in the state of Ohio, in the Springfield area, the politicians, the business owners have already said, our community cannot do without the Haitians that are working and adding to our community. They're adding to us. They're helping our businesses. And so guess what they're going to do? They're going to keep them here, but keep them on shackles. They now have them on ankle monitors. And now we have modern day fucking slavery in the year of our Lord 2026. Because now, guess what that means? Those same business owners can pay them pennies on the dollar. You know why? Because they're going to say, oh, you want more? Then we'll just deport you. You see where this is going, right? You see where this is going, right? These are people who have not committed a crime. These are people who did nothing but try to help themselves and their families by escaping violence in their home countries. Violence that this American government helped create and proliferate. And then, because you got a little too much melanin, because you're a little too black for our liking, Well, yeah, we'll remove that temporary protective status. And we'll put these ankle monitors on you. So we'll know where you are at any given moment. Because we're not concerned with immediately deporting you out of this country. Oh no, you've proven too valuable to the community where you reside now. So as long as you do right by Massa, Massa will do right by you. But if you ever get out of control, Massa got that little ankle monitor. Well, we can come and scoop you up, snatch you in the middle of the night, and send you back. So that means that you have to go along with whatever we say. You have to be subjected to whatever ideations and whims we fucking come up with if you want to stay here. They are now being restricted to a 75-mile radius of their permanent residence. So again, here's the proviso. These Haitian Americans are being given fucking shackles, ankle monitors, and they're given two options. You wear that ankle monitor and you are restricted to a 75-mile radius of your permanent residence unless given explicit permission by ICE officials, or you be deported and sent back to Haiti with a $2,600 check. This is where we are. This is slavery in 2026. This is fucking slavery. And for all of these people that all of a sudden, they gravitate to political issues when it fits their narrative or it's comfortable for them. Let me help every single marginalized group in this country understand something. They're practicing with these Haitian immigrants. You think that's not going to carry over to the Hispanic Latinx community? The Asian community? Because let's be clear, Iranians and Palestinians, Asian, right? What they're doing is they're practicing for at the moment where they finally dispatch all of their draconian authoritarian dictatorship laws. They have ways to subject our black asses right back into slavery in the year of our Lord 2026. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Lock Queen. This is happening, y'all. This is not hyperbole. This ain't some made up shit. This is real. This is happening. Here's my question. First of all, every Haitian American in this country should be losing their fucking mind. Where you at, Corinne Jean-Pierre? Where the fuck are you at? And I can go down a grocery list of Haitian Americans that should be on every news platform, every camera and microphone known to man. Every black person in this country should be afraid, very afraid, very afraid. It's not going to stop here. Again, it's not going to stop here. Please be clear. Remember back early last year when they were rounding up Latinx and Hispanic people over in Los Angeles? And they went to the Los Angeles the California Attorney General went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, yes, ICE, DHS has a right to racially profile anybody based on the color of their skin. Fuck you, fuck your life. They could do it. Now, who's to say that I'm just some black American that lives in and around the Ohio area or in any area and where there's a nearby ICE office, and they may say, where's your fucking ankle monitor? Are you here legally? They may not even ask that question because they haven't been asking questions. They haven't been asking people a fuck thing. They just look at you. You look the right hue. You have the right amount of melanation. They got the little melanation chart. This is Somalian. This is Haitian. This is, they got the little chart that tells them based on your melanation who and what you are, and they will snatch your ass up and ask questions later. We saw it in Minneapolis. They were snatching up American citizens without asking questions. And then they take them to the ICE office, have them detained 8, 10, 12 hours. And then when they figure out it's an American, say, all right, go ahead and go. Meanwhile, you're 50, 100, 200 miles away from home, and they've taken you away from you have no way to get home. And in many cases, they've even broken people's cell phones on purpose so they have no mechanism of easily getting back home. This is what we have happening. And nobody was saying a fuck thing when it was happening up there in Minneapolis because, those are the Somalians. We don't have anything to worry about. That's not us. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Samira says there's a video circulating of a Native American woman who was protesting and ICE took her. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. Let me show y'all a tweet. Let me tell you how disgusting this country is. Let me show y'all this fuck shit. This is an actual tweet from. This is an actual tweet from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. It's from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. This is what they tweeted out last week. Temporary protected status is exactly that, temporary. For those with terminated TPS, it's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. It's not too late to get a $2,600 check and a free flight home. And then they posted this. Your free trial of America has ended. That this is y'all's country. These people are disgusting. These people are disgusting. This is what your government is posting. Like this isn't some troll account. This isn't some onion.com account. This is real. This is the fuck shit that our government is doing. I told y'all, this is modern slavery. They have put ankle monitors on these Haitian people and have told them that you cannot go outside a 75-mile radius. Basically, subjecting them to work and home. How is that not slavery? And basically meaning if you do anything that we don't like, that we find any types of way a problem for us, massa gonna deport you back. Yeah, yeah. They don't want to deport them. They want to turn them into slaves. And that's exactly what they did. And we now have modern day slavery and indentured servitude in the year of our Lord 2026 in these yet to be United States of America. I wonder, as you all scroll social media like the rest of us, have y'all been seeing the outrage? I mean, this is a real question. Have you been seeing people outraged about this? Have you been seeing people screaming from the rooftops about this? There'll be people trying to justify this because that's what they do. This shit is unnerving. It's vile. This is vile. These people are vile. They're vile. And where is Congress? Where's Congress on this? Where's the CBC on this? Where's Congress? Let me check the CBC's social media. They're good for a strongly worded letter. That's about all they could do nowadays. All they good for is a strongly worded letter. Let's see if they at least did the fuck that. Did they at least do a strongly worded letter, since that's all the fuck they're good for nowadays? See if they have any of those. Don't see anything. No, no, nothing. No, not anything. Nothing here. Mm, nothing. I guess nothing to see here, right? Nothing from the CBC. And I will venture to tell you, in a lot of the communities where members of the CBC are elected to represent, they have huge Haitian American populations. Those districts that have CBC members as their representation have huge Haitian American representation there. But here we are. Here we are. I never want y'all I never want y'all. Hey, everybody coming in. I saw you, Xavier. I saw you, Miss E. I think somebody else came in too. But listen, y'all know over here, we want you to be informed. We want you to know what's going on. And we absolutely listen. I'm telling you right now, I've written to, I've written and left voicemails today. I spend my lunchtime doing that, writing emails to members of Congress and leaving voicemails on their phones. Yeah, I do that. That's what I do during my lunchtime because that's the nerd in me. I be eating my lunch, eating and leaving a cussing people out. Do and I don't be cussing out the Republicans. I know I'm going just to our side. I'm cussing out our people about what the fuck they should be doing. Now, I'm going because I just didn't have time today, but I know that there are several organizations, Haitian Haitian organizations that support Haitian immigrants and Haitian Americans. There are several organizations that do that, and so I'll try to compile some of that tonight as I get a chance and start putting some of that in the. I know I'll put it. We have a section for that in the members only chat. And then I'll also start working that into the community wall so that we could do that because we cannot just sit here and act like there's nothing to see here because it is going to affect us. But you can always call your member of Congress, both House and Senate. In other sugar spiky news. I know I went long on that one, but I was passionate about that. Very passionate. Capital One says it's closed hundreds of Trump administration bank accounts. Did. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did. Show did. Did. They show did. When say, yeah, that ain't how this gonna go. Nope, 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 nope. It ain't gonna go quite that easy. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Capital One has closed, says it's closed the Trump administration's accounts after an internal anti-money laundering investigation. The disclosure marks the first time a bank has formally tied money laundering concerns to Trump's family business. Capital One made the claim while seeking to dismiss the Trump organization's lawsuit. The suit accuses Capital One of illegally debanking the Trump organization on religious or political grounds, a claim the bank now disputes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, the lawsuit centers on approximately 385 accounts linked to the Trump organization, Eric Trump, and affiliated businesses. The accounts had reportedly been maintained with Capital One for more than a decade before they were closed back in 2021. Now, Capital One said the decision was made following, quote, months of analysis and a careful review, end of quote. They said it had nothing to do with politics. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, well. In other news, well, we were on top of this, ladies and gentlemen. We were on top of this from the beginning. Were we not? Were we not over here weeks ago? That's been at least a month now. where I said on this platform, this shit is going to blow up and it's going to be a problem because we have a failed Department of Health and Human Services. We now have a failed Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. We have now a failed National Institute of Health because of this government. Because they're here to see that we die. Why would they want us to be alive? Why? Well, then there's this. 2 people have died in Michigan as a result of the cyclosporiasis outbreak. The state's health department reported that today. The deaths, apparently the first in the multi-state outbreak, come as cases in Michigan alone tops 11,000. Both people did have significant underlying health conditions that could have been affected by the cyclosporiasis and the symptoms that accompany the illness. And that's according to the Michigan Health Department. They also said that cyclosporiasis is generally not a life-threatening illness. However, death resulting from cyclosporiasis, while uncommon, can happen and did happen in these cases. End of quote. Now, they still believe that the outbreak stems from iceberg lettuce grown by Taylor Farms, even though the FDA says, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. They paid us too money. No, too much money. No, they gave the Trump administration too much money. No, that was a false test. Remember that we reported on that? The company has since recalled all of their iceberg lettuce from its central Mexico farm. There are more than 27 states now affected by more than 100 cases. Again, the state numbers, meaning the numbers reported by state departments of health, are much larger than the numbers being reported by the CDC. The CDC says, oh, we only have 6,707 lab confirmed cases. There are more than 11,000 cases confirmed in Michigan alone. Every state department of health, except for 5, have reported cases, and the only states that have not reported cases are Hawaii, Maine, Montana, New Mexico, and South Carolina. Ohio's Department of State says they have over 4,000 and quickly climbing to 5,000. And all of the state departments of health are all saying they only can report on people who come in and get diagnosed. They believe that the numbers are far greater because many people seem to believe, oh, they just may have a bad case of diarrhea and are treating themselves as opposed to going to the doctor and getting diagnosed with the cyclosporiasis. This is only going to get worse. Now, if you have it, they say if you go to the doctor, they will prescribe antibiotics, and within 2 days, you're better. But if you don't, they said the violent, explosive diarrhea can last for more than a week. Now, if you want to be, I mean, it'll be an instant diet. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. You may come up out of that cyclosporiasis being snatched. You might lose 10 to 20 pounds. Uh-huh. But baby, it's gonna be a hard 20 pounds, baby. You're gonna go through it to lose that 10 to 20 pounds. I'm glad you did. Universal Goddess says the Taylor Farm CEO is under financial investigation. They still got Taylor Farm out there, child. Mm. Mm. They ain't got Dr. Fauci to blame this time. Child, come out of this shit looking sniped, honey. Baby, listen, I've been trying to lose that pesky 10 to 20 pounds. Baby, cyclosporiasis gave me what I needed. Baby, what it gave you was you sleeping on the bathroom floor so you could be close to the toilet. What they gave you was not being able to trust a fart or a sneeze. You fart too hard or sneeze too hard, baby, you gonna have you an uncomfortable situation. Just saying. Be snatched. In other sugar spiky news, well, that didn't last long. We knew that these bitches would fold, did we not? Well, Republican senators John Cornyn and Tom Tillis, they have caved to their God King. They have agreed to confirm Todd Blanche as Attorney General. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, they were holding out because they said unless Todd Blanche officially puts out a written statement saying that he will not do that $1.776 billion anti-weaponization fund that they were going to use to pay out January Sixers and all of Donald John's little friends, that they weren't going to confirm him. And so he put out a statement last night, a written statement saying that he would not do that. And so now they have let the record reflect that was their only issue. They have no problem with the Attorney General of these yet to be United States being the personal attorney of the president. They have no problems with that. No conflict of interest. Nothing to see here. Just want y'all to know that's where we are. No problems with a man who has, with his own mouth, said that he will do any and everything that his God King Donald John would like him to do. Here we are. Here we are. And if I'm every single Democrat in the House and the Senate, and I'm running for election in this election cycle, one of the first things I'm saying is when I get in office, we're going to impeach the Attorney General and the President immediately. Again, we will be impeaching and removing the Attorney General and the President. Again, we will be impeaching and removing. That's what I'm running on. We are impeaching and removing. It's not enough just to impeach these bastards. You got to remove them. We are impeaching and removing the President and the Attorney General. And if that's not a real conversation that we're having, you people are not serious. In other sugar spiky news, well, here's something else that people are not talking about. More than 4 million Americans are now no longer receiving SNAP or Supplementary Nutrition Assistance Program benefits as a series of federal policy changes begin to reshape the nation's largest food assistance program. Now, uh, uh, um, according to analysis of the preliminary USDA data, average monthly SNAP participation has fallen from roughly 42 million recipients last July to about 37 million as of April, representing an 11% decline. Now, the end of July and beginning of April includes another wave of people who will be removed from SNAP. They were doing it in waves. So it's, so as it not be so dramatic because they thought that that would help them in the midterms. So August 1st marked another wave of people that were removed. There's another wave coming beginning in October, on October 1st, where the states will now have to assume a lot of SNAP's administrative costs. And states have already said that because of that, they will be removing hundreds of thousands of people in each state from SNAP. There's another wave that's going to come in the year of our Lord 2027. And so they're slowly but surely taking people off because they don't want people to eat. Why would we want to feed citizens of this country? Why? Why? Here we are. In a very egregious story. This is a story that is just mind-boggling. That bitch right there, her, that would be a North Carolina state representative by the name Aaron Paray. Let me give this story some light. A Republican lawmaker says it may be time to require public school employees to wear clothing she considers, quote, gender appropriate, end of quote, after objecting to a transgender music teacher's attire. State Representative Aaron Paray complained in a post on her campaign Facebook page about the reported hiring of a transgender music teacher at an elementary school in the Wake County public school system. State Representative Paray did not identify the teacher or the school, but portrayed the teacher's gender expression as a potential threat to children. She said on the post, quote, I've received your emails and phone calls about the hiring of a transgender biological male who dresses as a woman music teacher in one of our local elementary schools. I have brought your concerns to the attention of the Wake County public school system leadership. I don't care how adults choose to live outside of the professional workday, but I will always protect our children. End of quote. So, in her estimation, the clothing of this transgender teacher is going to harm students. She has now suggested that state lawmakers could regulate how transgender and non-binary educators dress at work. Here's what she said, quote, "Maybe time to introduce a bill requiring gender appropriate professional attire for public school employees, as Wake County Public School System does not have a policy addressing this issue, as far as I can tell. It is important that WCPSS policies regarding employee dress and appearance should protect children from being exposed to more complex and mature gender identity questions and concepts at too young of an age. WCPSS can treat employees with dignity and respect, and at the same ensure young children aren't exposed to age inappropriate concepts." End of quote. So now they want to legislate how adults, be they trans or otherwise, dress. Okay. I just want to make sure we understand now. These are ideations now. Do you not think that when the next legislative session opens in the great state of North Carolina, this heifer won't have a bill that she'll try to put on the floor? We got slavery going on in our fucking borders, and these bitches are worried about the wrong thing. What the fuck elementary school child is hurt by this? Is even bothered by this? I got a news flash for you, you ugly bitch. Some of the shit you wear is offensive to my eyeballs, but I don't say a fuck thing about it. The fact that your two eyes aren't the same size bothers me. But I don't dictate to you anything about that now, do I? Your freaking pale, unmelanated skin is offensive to my eyes. But we're not putting shit out there dictating to you how you dress and look and appear. That's a great question, Harold. So I'm guessing she says you better wear you better dress in the type of clothing representative in with the sex assigned at birth. Ma'am, you do realize that men can wear skirts and dresses. You do realize that, right? Women can wear pants and like, you know, where do we? I'm not. I don't have time. I don't have energy. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have it to do with these bitches. I don't fucking have it to do. I don't have this type of time. I don't have the fucking energy. I mean, I could say that you're cosplaying as Miss Piggy out here, and that's offensive to me, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to dictate how you show up at work. But I can say it's offensive for somebody to cosplay as Miss Piggy on the floor of the North Carolina House. I have this type of time. We're moving on. Here's an update from our story on Silly Saturday. God be with us. Lord. So we reported to you all on Saturday about the fact that ICE had went to BWI and snatched up Dr. Fatima Amiaka when she was trying to get on a plane at BWI Airport. Well, here's the update. Dr. Amiaka has been released from ICE custody after being determined while attempting to board a domestic flight at BWI airport, despite her attorney saying she has a valid work authorization and a pending asylum case. So, but she's been released from ICE custody. Now, we reported that she was taken into custody last Thursday. According to her attorney, she has a pending asylum application and a valid employment authorization document allowing her to work in the United States through 2029. I told y'all on Saturday, there's no way this woman is employed at Johns Hopkins University if she does not have the proper paperwork to work in this country. That's not how this works. It's certainly not at a university. They have whole HR departments about this. However, the Department of Homeland Security says that she remained in the country after her visa expired in January 2024 and was therefore subject to immigration enforcement. We don't believe nothing coming out of DHS or ICE right now. Now, they had arrested her and took her to the Baltimore Convention Center. You should know they are actually using the Baltimore Convention Center as a temporary ICE processing site. Let me say that again. They're using the Baltimore Detention Center as a temporary ICE processing site. How? How are you housing a detention and processing site at the Baltimore Convention Center? That's not a place built for that. That place is not equipped to do that. Where are these people sleeping? Where my boo thing, Brandon Scott, Mayor Brandon Scott, mayor of the great city of Baltimore. My boo thing in my head. I ain't gonna hold you in my head. My boo thing. But did you authorize this? I have questions, Mayor Scott. I have questions, Mayor Scott. Did you authorize the use of the Baltimore Convention Center as a temporary ICE processing site? I really want to know. Was that under your purview? Was it under the purview of Governor Wes Moore? Who gave authorization for this? I might have to look into I might have to go down this rabbit hole because I did not have I had no inclination that the Baltimore Convention Center was being used as a temporary ICE processing site. That's a problem for me. And if I were a tax-paying citizen living in the great state of Maryland, in the city of Baltimore, I would have a problem. I did not know he was praising Mark Wayne Mullin. So Governor Wes Moore gave the authorization for this. That's a problem. That is don't come out here talking about the atrocities of ICE and all of the nefarious things that ICE is doing in one breath, and then in the next breath behind the cloak of darkness, giving cover and allowing ICE and DHS to have these processing centers in Baltimore. I got a problem with this. I got a real problem with this. Not in Maryland, one of the bluest of blue states, But let's not forget, same Governor Wes Moore who told the Black Congressional Caucus in Maryland, y'all don't want no parts of your little reparations little study. Not a bill, but a study. Y'all don't need no study on the reparations. We won't be doing that here in Maryland. That's what Governor Wes Moore said. We've reported on that here. Baby, I don't know, Miss Shorty B. That's why I said I might have to do some investigation on this and bring that back to y'all. Give me a day or two. I'm gonna do some investigations on this. But we're glad that Dr. Amiyaka is out. Her attorneys went along with activists and along with officials from Johns Hopkins Universities. Her attorneys went, Johns Hopkins University and some of their leadership went, as well as other elected officials and activists in the Maryland area to go and see that this woman was released from ICE custody. Even Senator Chris Van Hollen went there to make sure that she was released. Where are you at, Governor Wes Moore? We'll look into this. I'm definitely gonna look into this. In other sugar spiky news. Oh, we're not done, Rainbow Coalition Compound. Yeah, come back to the whiteboard, Rainbow Coalition Compound. We have more things to discuss. Now, this woman right here, she's officially the Democratic gubernatorial candidate for Ohio. She's the Democratic nominee for governor of Ohio. Now, I haven't addressed some of the issues surrounding her. That's Amy Acton. She's been getting a lot of flack to some anti-trans comments that she made back on June 30th. She made some anti-trans comments regarding the U.S. Supreme Court's upholding of the state bans on transgender athletes, because everybody has a bully pulpit and a hill to climb up on and spout transphobia off of when it comes to trans athletes. She said the following, quote, "I do not support boys playing in girls sports. This is already settled law in Ohio, and as governor I will enforce and uphold the law. As a doctor, a public servant, and a mom, I will always stand up for fairness and protect kids' health and safety," end of quote. You should know there's zero cases or examples of trans athletes in sports in all of K through 12 education in the great state of Ohio. And I haven't checked yet, but I don't believe that there are any in college sports either. But here we are. Go off, Miss Dr. Acton. Well, in the wake of that, she had a conference call, right? A Zoom call last week. Her and well, actually, it was her campaign staff. She didn't even bother to meet on a Zoom call. Her campaign staff met with more than 40 LGBTQ plus leaders on a call on Tuesday of last week. Now, those members of those LGBTQ plus organizations received an email to the meeting on July 17th and had to RSVP. And they came on the Zoom, and they said it was a shit show. Now, They said that there were prominent LGBTQ plus leaders that were not admitted into the Zoom call, who had RSVP'd and were supposed to be on the call. They said that there were some people that were on the call and were removed from the call, Zoom mid call. Amy didn't have it to do. She don't have time for y'all in the LGBTQ plus community, baby. She don't have time for you gays like that, baby. She don't have time to get on the calls. Even though most people were expecting her to be on the call, she ain't got time to address you people. You're beneath her. The people on the call said the call did more harm than good. Executive director of Love Boldly, in the form of Reverend Dr. Ben Hulskamp, he was on the call, and he said, quote, the meeting did more to inflame tensions and create further divides between the LGBTQ plus community and the Acton campaign. It was framed beforehand as a conversation, but was run as a one-sided listening session. End of quote. They said it was a whole shit show. There are Ari Childry, an out transgender candidate for the Ohio State House, who has spoken publicly against Dr. Acton's comments, was refused entry onto the Zoom call by the organizers from the virtual waiting room into the actual meeting. At one point in the meeting, the chair of the Ohio Democrats Pride Caucus, Kyle Herman, he called Childry's phone and had her participate live via speakerphone so that her voice would be heard on the meeting. Ma'am, you have a problem with the LGBTQ plus community. Your transphobia is showing. This is not going a long way. Ma'am, why? I'm not surprised that this woman, this mayonnaise mama, this woman descended from the Caucasus Mountains is transphobic. I am not surprised. A white woman who's a Democrat, transphobic? You don't say. Next thing you're going to be telling me, Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks is transphobic. Y'all got a problem, Democrat. But these are, I told y'all, we did a candidate profile on her. And I told y'all that Amy Acton was the establishment Democrat selection. She ended up winning, but we see how these establishment centrist Democrats move. We see how they move. Hell, hey, Elvin Jackson, I ain't even say hey to you. How you doing? Ciao. In our last sugar spiky story, I'm not done with y'all LGBTQ plus community. Now, this story is taking us to the great state of Michigan. Michigan officials say a hair salon owner who told transgender customers to go to pet groomers cannot turn them away. The Michigan Civil Rights Commission said on July 27th that Studio 8 Hair Lab violated the state's civil rights laws when owner Christine Geiger posted on social media that the business would not serve people who did not identify as either male or woman. Geiger made national news in 2023 after posting the discriminatory message on Facebook, making it clear that transgender clients would not be served. Geiger wrote in the social media post, quote, if a human identifies as anything other than a man/woman, please seek services at a local pet groomer. You are not welcome at this salon, period. End of quote. Now, Michigan officials said that Miss Geiger had to had been ordered to remove the post and similar messages from all of her social media for her business. They say that her posts violated the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act, which was expanded in 2023 to prohibit discrimination based on gender identity or expression. Michigan officials said it was also the first time the law had been applied to social media posts, setting a precedent for businesses that publicly announce an intention to discriminate. I'm here for it. Keep all your bigotry and discrimination out of here. The bitch had the nerve to say, oh, you can go to a pet groomer. Girl, I wish the fuck I would roll up in that hair salon. I wish the fuck I would. It's time for our video breakdowns. We've done enough today in the sugar spike segment. I think I spiked out a little bit on the Americans treating Haitians as slaves situation. I think I spiked out on that a little bit. Did I spike out, y'all? I feel like I probably did, just a little bit. Yeah, they done rip their hoods off and speaking out loud. They don't care no more. They don't care. Let's see what our video breakdown segment has. Let's see what my algorithm was doing today. Child, here it come, Tracy W. You already know, here it come. Let's see what the algorithm. Don't blame me. It's the algorithm. I just clip the videos and show y'all what my algorithm was doing. Here's our first video breakdown.
Top 3 fentanyl folds of all time, kicking it off with Tweaker Yoga. This man is twisted up like a pretzel. I couldn't physically get into this position even if you offered me an absurd amount of money to do so. He's doing the Peter Griffin. This is an absolute fatality. You know he's going to be feeling it in the morning, but he couldn't keep it on 2 feet. So it doesn't even come close to number 2, the human question mark. It's like he's beautifully frozen in time midway through a cartwheel. It's impeccable form. I personally believe that he always wanted to become a lowercase r as a child, and his dreams came true. This is actually how I feel like I've slept sometimes when I wake up. But the number 1 spot has to go to this man right here. That boy looked like he just a pair of legs. He's achieved a fold I didn't even know was possible. It's so impressive they had to film it like you'd film a race car. He's stuck like that now. You know that there is no life where he's allowed to stand up straight ever again. The commitment to the fold is absolutely incredible.
Is this a thing? Like, I'm not around fentanyl people. Like, see, I'm used to your regular crackheads and bases, okay? Bases, baseheads, and crackheads, I'm used to. I'm not used to the fentanyl people. So do they be doing this bending and shit like this all the time? Do anybody know? I'm just not, I'm not up to speed. I'm not up to speed on the fentanyl addicts and stuff. I just know crackheads, baseheads, and bases. I don't know the fentanyl addicts, okay? Is this what they be doing? Like, how do you, like, my back hurt just looking at that. Baby, listen, I don't know. I ain't never seen it before. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Honey, I don't know, honey. I'm just trying to figure out what the so I when I see somebody, because I need to be like them other people. Did y'all see how the people was just walking by that man, the second guy, like it was nothing to see here? Like, oh girl, this is normal. Girl, he do this all the time. It's nothing to see here. Because if I see somebody do that, I'm not gonna just walk by like it's just a regular day. Girl, I'm gonna be looking like the fuck. Girl, Baby, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, so it is a thing? Child. Don't it look demonic? Girl, like the exorcist that took over. Baby, listen. Baby, look like they need an exorcism or something. I don't know. They're going to be spitting up green pea soup and shit in the moment. I don't know. Listen. Listen. I might see some of that when I come to New York. Oh, dear God. God be with us. Dear Lord. Here's our next video breakdown. So apparently this is an actual real fish that you can find in the bottom of the ocean. I thought this was a collection of rich white women in Southern California leaving their appointment with the local plastic surgeon or something. Like, I really thought that's what this was. Tell me this don't look like a pack of mayonnaise mamas leaving Dr. Miami's office or some plastic surgeon office down in Southern California. Let me play that again. I looked it up. It's an actual fish. Let me give you the scientific name of the fish. You can look it up. It has a genus, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Does. Here's the scientific name for it. Go look it up. It's a real thing. Not she for the underwater streets. It's not AI. Go look it up. I can't make this up. It is an actual real fish. Is. They say it's found around the Galapagos Islands and off of Ecuador. I can't make this stuff. Y'all know I try not to give y'all AI stuff. Try to have real stuff over here. It's a real thing. Ciao. Just saying. Here's our next video breakdown.
What was the craziest thing you've seen working in healthcare? And I'm not talking about a kid threw up. I mean, what the fuck? Had a very obese patient come into the ER where they do not do any sort of full assessment or skin check. The lady was admitted to med-surg, and during her admission, we did a skin check. Looked at her stomach and panis, I don't know what that is, panis folds, and found 2 dead rats, not mice, full-on rats. She said, "Oh yeah, my apartment has tons of those." A nurse vomited on the spot. I left the room. Excuse me? I work in healthcare, but I was a patient at the time. A man walked into the hospital with his wife's head in his hands. Apparently, she was trying to turn on the chainsaw, and it decapitated her. He said, "Please save my wife. I can't carry her whole body, but I will go home and get the rest." It was very sad considering the man was like 60 or something. I hope that they have cameras because I need to see that to believe that she decapitated herself. What? X-ray tech here. Took off a boot for a foot x-ray and half of the foot stayed inside the boot. I worked labor and delivery, 12-year-old patient in labor. Patient's mom was 24. So one, we're continuing the pattern, but also 12 years old, that's not even a teen parent. That is child abuse. Like, CPS needs to be called. I'm genuinely concerned. My sister once told me that a man came with his hand on his face, and when they asked what the issue was, he said he shot himself in the face while cleaning his shotgun. Proceeds to move his hand, and half of his face flopped down. He was indeed holding his face together. I don't know how to clean a gun. I've never held a gun in my hand, but like, could we not check if there's anything inside before cleaning it and pointing it at our face? Not healthcare, but as a police officer, I never realized how many people accidentally fell on something that landed inside their butthole. It's not an accident, girl. They're lying to you. Pharmacy tech here for 30 years. My first job was in retail, and a woman came in screaming, telling me she was going to sue the pharmacy because she was pregnant. She used contraceptive jelly. She ate it, put it on toast because the box said jelly. First of all, I didn't know someone could be that stupid. And second of all, that can't be good for like her throat or esophagus. Like, I don't know if it would burn, but like, that can't be healthy. I had a farmer come in with abdominal pain and difficulty urinating. He said he had been cathing himself for years and the cow inseminator tool he had been using was finally stopped working. You should have seen the urologist's face. Again, when a doctor looks at you and is just like, ugh, you know it's really bad. I worked as a radiation therapist. A woman had a vulvar tumor. It was shrinking quick well over the course of her radiation treatments. It had to be cleaned daily to keep the wound healthy. One Monday, it looked particularly clean, and the tumor size was quite reduced. We commented on how well she was taking care of the wound. That's when she told us that Oscar was taking care of it. We thought Oscar was her husband. She informed us that Oscar was her ferret. We all left the room in shock and physically sick. That is fucking disgusting. Husband slapping his postpartum wife because they had an argument. Mind you, their newborn was there too. I hope that you called the police. What the fuck? I watched a doctor use the suction cup thing they used to deliver a baby to remove a hydro flask out of a man's asshole. Why did he put it up there?
My heart goes out to all of the healthcare professionals out there, because I know y'all be seeing some shit up in them emergency rooms. Hey, Lex Quizzy Reeds, what's going on? What's going on? Child, don't let these people gaslight you. You know these people are full of shit. I hope it wasn't nobody over there in the beef sector. Baby, y'all got a lot going on in the healthcare industry. I don't know what the CPT code for that is exact. I don't know. Baby, listen. Maybe it's a J code for injection. Maybe no. Well, I'm thinking in injections, J codes. Xavier. I don't know, Xavier. Don't ask me. I don't know. Child. I don't know. Here's our next video breakdown.
You niggas want some, huh? Do you niggas want some, huh? Yeah. Do you niggas want some, huh? Yeah, yeah. Do you niggas want some grass hoppers? Go ahead and make them grass hoppers. Go ahead and make them grass hoppers. Hoppin', then they hoppin', then they hoppin' till you stop them. Ooh, we got grasshoppers. Mixing them bitches up, you know them bitches poppin'. Go ahead, bitch, I'm eating them, not stopping. We got grasshoppers, got them grasshoppers popping, yeah. Do you want them grasshoppers? We don't give a fuck, put them straight in your choppers. Go ahead, get you some of these grasshoppers while we fry the grasshoppers, yeah, yeah. Grass hopping, coming through that motherfucker, ain't stopping. Everybody in this motherfucker grass hopping, no stopping. Grass hopping, you know them bitches steady popping. We got new grease, you gotta fry them grasshoppers. O-E, ooh-wee, you know we grass hopping. No, a nigga ain't never ever stopping. Grass hopping, grass.
Hey, friend, what's going on, boo? Listen. Now, I probably, if you paid me enough, I might, you got to cook them grasshoppers hard. I would try one. You're going to have to take the antenna off. You're going to have to take the legs off. And you're going to have to pay me a significant amount of money. It's going to have to be fried hard now. Fry the mugs hard. But I'm going to take one and close my eyes and try it. Just to say I tried it. Child. Child. You know how these people be. I would try one. Listen, I just just to say I tried it. I ain't said it would become a part of my but if you pay me enough, fry the mugs hard. You know what I'm saying? Take the legs off, the antenna off, and the head off. I need the head off. Take the head off, the legs off, and the antenna off. And of course the wings. You gotta take the wings off. Just the thorax and the abdomen. I might try it, but you're gonna have to fry the mugs hard. Don't do me, Xavier. Don't do me. You don't know my pain. You don't know what I've been through. You see this, Uncle Jay? You see this, Uncle Jay, right? It was good. Okay. See, that's what I'm thinking. I think you got to open your mind up. You never know. Open your minds up. It might be good. You never know. Just saying. We do eat shrimp and lobsters all the time. You know, I love me some good crabs. I ain't gonna hold you. Here's our next video breakdown.
That's the burger that I'm giving my girlfriend to eat. She said she was gonna kick her.
But it's a perfectly good pan right there.
Don't all the perfect things around all everything there. Just a photo for it out there the entire body. All day. Cooking the medium rare one. It's gonna look like a shrimp or something.
The burger with the sea. Now, if y'all got to choose between the grasshopper and that, which one you eating? Grasshopper or dirty ass hamburger? You decide. You decide. Is you eating the grasshopper or is you eating this hamburger? You let me know. You only got two choices. The grasshopper or the hamburger. Just asking. I'm just asking. Here's our next video breakdown.
It's our favorite game. What do you think he did? Where do you think he's from and what do you think he did? 3, 2, 1. Did you guess fucking the family dog allegedly? Let's talk about this piece of shit. This piece of shit is Mississippi man Tristan Pipkin, and he has pled guilty to unnatural intercourse with a dog. Now, the 27-year-old, yes, 27 years old, was found to allegedly have recorded himself performing SA on the family dog, Toby. His then-girlfriend, now ex, of course, allegedly found the video and immediately reported it to police. Now, like I said, he has pled guilty and his sentencing will be at a later date, and a protective order has been filed against him. I'm assuming with the girlfriend. The article doesn't really detail it. But, like, what is with all of y'all and fucking dogs. Like, first of all, how does that work? I don't want to know the answer to that question, but like, also, how does that work? And secondly, what in your mind has to be wrong for you to look at your family dog and say, yeah, that looks good to me? And that poor girl that found that video, I hope she's getting a lot of therapy. Because, dear Lord, could you imagine finding that on your significant other's phone?
Something's wrong with you people. It used to be a day where you could say it's only the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains that do that. But we got our people. It be our people nowadays doing this fuck shit. Lord. Here's our last video breakdown.
I mean, really, why is this a thing? Why couldn't they just put the bathroom somewhere else?
I think are always my favorite because this is one thing that absolutely does not need to be made out of glass.
Bitch.
How does this exist? Oh no.
How you supposed to walk in that in heels though? Girl. You know what? Damn. What the? Y'all playing too many games.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person.
To that door, but I don't even know how these freaking stairs work. If I go down, can't get to that door.
Those are our video breakdowns for the day. I certainly hope you enjoyed them. I did not. As we do this cannonball deeper into the dossier and out of the sugar spike segment, y'all's girl Sidney Starr was arrested today on some charges. Oh, do y'all want to hold your line? Hold your line. So, should I just? Okay, so this is the mug shot. Oh Lord. Oh dear God. Apparently this is the mug shot. Oh. Let me try to get a side by side on this, and we're gonna do the best we can. Try to do the best we can. Okay. That's the best I can do. So, excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me do this right. Sidney Starr is facing some very serious allegations, according to TMZ. This is coming from TMZ. Sidney Starr is facing some very serious allegations in Georgia. She's been arrested on child sex charges, according to the booking records. Sidney Starr was taken into custody yesterday and charged with sexual battery against a child under 16, aggravated child molestation, and sodomy. She is accused of confessing to performing oral sex on a minor at an embassy suites in the city of Hapeville, and claimed it was consensual. Now, before I go in on this whore, I want the record to reflect. Did y'all hear one of the laws that I said that she was accused of? One of the laws was sodomy. That's for you gays in Atlanta that forget that sodomy laws were the laws that outlawed being gay, and the fact that sodomy laws were on the books as a crime meant that, prior to the Supreme Court laws ruling in the Lawrence v. Texas 2003 ruling, the sodomy law in most of the country is how gay people were arrested for being gay, and it was illegal to be gay. I just wanted to include that in there. They're still arresting people on sodomy laws. We'll leave that there. Anyway, yeah, so apparently, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, they're saying that she is accused of confessing to performing oral sex on a minor at an embassy suites in the city of Hateville. That's down south. But, and I'm not defending Sidney Starr by any stretch of the imagination, but where does the sodomy come in at? If she's confessed to performing oral sex on this minor, doesn't sodomy involve the rectum or anus? Hold on, let me make sure, because words have me. Let me make sure I'm up on my definition of sodomy. God be with us. Sodomy is a legal and religious term that generally refers to anal sex, oral sex, or sexual acts with animals. Oh, that's according to the Googles. According to Merriam-Webster, it is anal or oral copulation with another human. Especially oral, anal or oral copulation with a member of the same sex. That's what Merriam-Webster says. Merriam-Webster says anal or oral copulation with another human, especially anal or oral copulation with a member of the same sex. Let me see what my favorite dictionary says. Favorite dictionary. The dictionary, you see, in most scholastic circles, is the American Heritage Dictionary. See what the American Heritage Dictionary says. It says any of various forms of sexual acts regarded as perverted, especially anal intercourse, oral anal contact, or sexual intercourse with an animal. All right. Mm. 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 I could go on a 20-minute diatribe reading her, but I think that me showing this mug shot is enough. I don't need to read this woman. I think the mug shot alone. Baby, she look like somebody's stud in that don't she look like somebody's stud? Baby mama look like she got a 6, 8, 10, and 12-inch strap on ready for you. Tell me she'll look like somebody's stud. I ain't gonna hold you. Mm. 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 Well, mm. Baby, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just gonna let that I'm just gonna let this mug shot sit there just a little while longer. I don't need to read her. What do I need to read her for? Baby, I'm just gonna let the mug shot sit there a little while longer. Hold on, let me just let that sit there for a little while longer. Mm. do got the reads just write themselves. I ain't gonna hold you. I have no commentary. I'm gonna just let the reads write themselves with the mugshot. That's it. That's all. mm. Mm. Now, listen, Sidney. I'm sure there's any list of people that you can go and solicit sex from. Why is somebody underaged? Like, I just don't I don't get it. Well, I guess, girl, I don't. Baby, I don't have nothing to do with it. Now she off her moans. You know what? Baby, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay, listen, Sydney, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, you'll have your day in court. It's rumors that the victim was as young as 30. Oh dear God, not 13. Oh Lord. No, we did when we read the Merriam-Webster. It did say especially someone of the same sex, but sodomy is not age restrictive. There's nothing age restrictive about sodomy. It doesn't involve age. Sodomy just involves oral and or anal sex, especially with the same sex. We're moving on because I ain't got the type of time. In other news, not Eddie Winslow somewhere fighting the air, the informed. Hey, the informed. Not you see Eddie Winslow over there fighting the air. God. That young man you see right there, that is former Bakersfield College basketball coach Kevin Mays. He finds himself in jail now. He's been sentenced to 4 years in prison after admitting to serious federal and state crimes tied to a prostitution operation and possession of child sexual abuse material. Yeah. Now, he was once one of the coaches over at California State University, Bakersfield. He was an assistant coach and used to play for this school. Not no more. According to Kern County District Attorney's Office, Coach Mays admitted to possessing child sexual abuse material while also operating a prostitution business that stretched across 3 states. Listen, now he was sentenced to 4 years in prison and ordered to register as a sex offender for life. Earlier this month, he pleaded no contest to probably last month, I should say, in July. No contest to felony charges of possession of child or youth pornography, pimping, and possession of a controlled substance armed with a firearm. I didn't know that was the actual name of an actual charge in the penal system. Pimping. Well, that's interesting. The plea deal dramatically reduced his illegal exposure. Coach Mays had originally been charged with nearly a dozen felony and misdemeanor counts before prosecutors agreed to dismiss the remaining charges. Investigators said Coach Mays directed a 22-year-old prostitute who worked out of hotel rooms in California, Oregon, and Las Vegas. We reported on this, if y'all remember, like a month or so ago. I'm just giving you an update. Investigators and the Kern County District Attorney's Office said that the coach lined up her clients, booked her hotel rooms, and used the California State University Berkeley's account to rent a luxury car for her. Now, they say it was an anonymous email back in August of last year accusing the coach of pimping that led to an investigation which resulted in Coach Mays being fired and arrested just months into being hired. Yeah, we reported on this if y'all remember last year. You might not remember, so I was trying to refresh y'all. Now, the anonymous email threatened the entire California State University Bakersfield staff. The email subject line said, important message, 911, 911. And in the email, they accused Coach Mays of, quote, trafficking a girl since May, end of quote. Then this was sent to the head coach of California State University Bakersfield basketball team, the head coach, Rod Barnes. They also told Coach Rod Barnes, quote, fix it or the whole staff will fall, end of quote. Coach Barnes then sent the email to the Human Resources Office, and they took care of it from there. Yeah, they started their investigations, and they took care of it. Listen, sir, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Police found the victim through a sex advertisement posted in Sacramento and ran a sting operation in September disguised as a date. The woman said Coach Mays was her boyfriend and he often covered the costs of hotels, rental cars, and flights for her work. Coach Mays was arrested the next day after police served search warrants on his car and his place. Police searched his car and found multiple firearms and a large stash of drugs. They looked through his phone, finding around 600 photos of children as young as 4. The ordeal resulted in Coach Mays' charge, which included felonies such as pimping and charges of possession of automatic firearms, possession of methamphetamines and marijuana with intent to sell, and child pornography. Rotten hell. In other news, so the blogs and people's timelines were ablaze earlier today, where you had people claiming and posting fake stuff over the internet, said that Nene Leakes was back on Bravo. Nene Leakes and other stars of Real Housewives of Atlanta have not been offered contracts for season 18. The season 18 contracts have not even gone out yet. But you have people all over the internet this morning talk about Nene was back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. They said they were saying Shamia was fired and Nene was back, and Bravo came right out and said, "Baby, we ain't offered nobody, we ain't fired nobody, and we ain't hired nobody." The people like to make, and it wouldn't even make sense. They've never had contracts out prior to the reunion. At least as far as I know. Now, I know my big sis really be. She's the aficionado on this. She knew all of this stuff. But last time I checked, I don't never remember, and I know some of y'all in the chat know better than me. I don't remember them offering contracts or extending contracts or firing people before they aired the damn reunion. They usually wait till after the reunion to do all of that. Oh, Miss Cohen already said everybody coming back. So what the fuck was people moving on? In our last story of the day, that's Chris Bosh. Now, Chris Bosh, who had his NBA career ended early because of ailments and specifically issues revolving blood clots and things like that. Well, he admitted that he had suffered another pulmonary embolism, saying that he almost lost his life because he refused to take his medication. He thought he was good. He thought, I ain't had no flare-ups in a while. I ain't got to keep taking this medication. I'm good. stopped taking the medication, had a whole episode, and they said he almost checked out of here. If the doctor tell you to take the medication, you take the damn medication. That's it. That's all. And I'm never going to take back the fact that I always called you a velociraptor. I used to call him a velociraptor back in the day when he played for the Miami Heat. I did. Like, to me, I always called him a velociraptor. Lex says she found out from a reliable source that Shami is a friend of. Baby, I don't know. I don't know who's coming back or not. Chris Bosh look like a velociraptor. I don't know. He just always does. Anyway, y'all, that is the dossier for today. I mean, we wish you continued health, Chris Bosh, but that was self-inflicted. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Again, let me put my link to my Substack. Hold on. Let me put the link to my Substack. You can follow me on Substack here. Go subscribe to my Substack. Terrence and I will be doing weekdays at 4 lives on Substack. So please come over if you want to get your U.S.-Iran war coverage. We usually try to go 45 minutes to an hour, and then I come over here and we do Run Your Mouth. So if you're looking for our war coverage, go follow my Substack, and you will be able to check out me and Terrence's live. You can go there now and see the live. We are also, I'm also posting those on YouTube. They are being posted on YouTube as well. So if you missed the live at 4, I am putting it on YouTube as well. And thank God for, I love Substack because it creates YouTube shorts as well. So it clips up good clips and puts it in my shorts as well. So if you ever miss us, you can always come and watch the YouTube shorts as well as the full episode, either on YouTube or on Substack. But we're asking you to come watch us live on Substack daily at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. So go back and you can watch us. I think it should already be up on YouTube. The video from the live from today should already be up on YouTube with probably some. I have not watched any of the shorts, so I'm gonna go watch them now, the shorts, and see what YouTube came up with. Because not YouTube, Substack came up with, because they clipped the shorts and post them for me. So we'll see what Substack came up with. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. I'm about to get out of here, go get me something to eat. That's all I got for y'all. Until tomorrow, don't forget, all my field trip people, we're going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.